marketing your music is just like going to the gym and working out. People in general know what they want to do when they're in the gym, but there's people who do it the right way, there's people who do it the wrong way, and there's a lot of people in the middle who are not 100% sure. And I came to this conclusion yesterday when I was in the gym because, I'm a people watcher when I'm out in public. And as you can see right now, I'm out here in the woods all by myself because that's the way I like it. But I like being by myself. But when I'm out in public, I like to observe people, not necessarily gawk at them, but observe them. And when I'm in the gym every day, a lot of times I'm sitting there just observing people. Obviously I'm working out, trying to get my health and fitness. But as I'm doing that, in between reps and stuff like that, I'll be just seeing people just do random stuff, And if you've ever been in the gym, or if you've ever seen any of those funny gym videos, you always see those guys or ladies who are doing exercises completely wrong. Like they're on the machine backwards, or they're just doing some crazy shit. And when you see people like that, you're just like, yo, what the fuck? Who taught you how to do that? And I feel the same way whenever I am seeing people and the way that they're marketing their music. Because sometimes I'll be out here and I'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? For instance, when people will randomly send you a DM with a link to their music with no context whatsoever, just a link. And you've never spoken to them before in comments or in direct message. They just send you a link. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, who fucking told you to do that? The only thing I can think of is that these people missed half the fucking training, right? They missed all the other pieces into direct marketing. Because see, sending somebody a DM with your link is a form of direct marketing, right? You're marketing directly to an individual. However, when you send it to somebody you've never spoken to, and you also send it with no context whatsoever, then you are not using that properly. Just like being at the gym and being on the machine backwards trying to use it, right? It's not going to work the way you want it to. You may feel like it's working because you may feel a little bit of gains, whether you're at the gym, you're on the machine backwards, but you are sitting there and you're like, man, I feel my muscles work. Well, you're not working the right muscles or the muscles properly for the machine that you're using. The same with using direct messages and sending your links. See, if you want to send a link to somebody through direct message, the best way to do it is to message them a general message. Says, hey, something in general to, hey, how's it going? I appreciate you for following my page. Ask them a question, right? Just curious, what brought you to my page? What piece of content did you see that made you want to follow me, right? Something like that, right? You're doing an investigative outreach, right? And you can do this, you can send that same message to a ton of different people if you want to. A lot of the platforms, they all have, spam blockers and stuff like that. So you can't you can't be sitting there spamming that same message to a ton of people at the same time. But, over time, if you do it slowly, you can message it to a lot of people. But anyway, so you send that to them. And then after a few more back and forths, depending on what they say, then you send them your link and say, hey, check out this new track, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate it if you could share, all that stuff, right? Then that's when you hit them with the ask on to do something for you, right? To perform an action that would benefit you and your music. See, that's getting on the machine the correct way and doing the exercise the proper way. But in the gym, you will also see those people, male and female and everything in between, who are doing these exercises, and they'll do all kinds of exercises, right? Sometimes they'll do them the right way, sometimes they'll do them a little bit off. But what they're doing is they're doing all these exercises in order to just look good. And that's the biggest problem that I have with people, not only in the gym, but with music marketing, is people who are going through the motions, they're doing all the exercises just to look good. Giving you an example of that, in the gym, people who are doing bodybuilder exercises, right? They're spending a whole day focusing on their triceps and let me work on my lats today and stuff like that, right? They'll do multiple exercises for one singular muscle group to get that to pop because they want to look a certain way, right? Whereas with me, I personally feel that you should have functional strength. So I'm in there, I'm doing pull-ups, I'm doing different exercises that would mean that I will have good functional strength when I'm out in the world. If I need to pick something up, if I need to pull myself up, if I need to lift something or carry something and stuff like that, right? I'm doing those kinds of things. Not necessarily, strongman strength training, but functional strength. And then at the same time, you'll also see those people who, usually see this a little bit more with females, who will just go in there. They already got a decent body and everything like that. They're going in there just looking cute, to do some exercise and stuff like that, but they spend a lot of time talking. You see this with some guys too. They'll sit around fucking talk all goddamn day, right? And they'll spend multiple hours in the gym because they're fucking talking half the time instead of working. Well, in music marketing, you see a lot of the same thing. All right, you see a lot of people who will do different tactics to gain attention just for the high follow rate, the high follower count on social media, for the high stream rate on Spotify or whatever. But they're not doing anything that would be actually functional to grow a real fan base and to grow a real music career. And that's again where I come in and tell people, hey, look, you're looking all good, right? You're in there doing these bodybuilder exercises and stuff like that, right? To make your muscles physically look good. But if I can push more weight than you, there might be a problem, right? Because yeah, you may look more physically fit than me, but I can clearly lift more. And that's the same thing that I try to teach people when it comes to their music marketing. It's not about how you look. When I'm working with people, I would much rather they have 100 monthly listeners on their Spotify that are 100% organic than having even 1,000 or 10,000 monthly listeners that are coming from bot playlists and shit like that. And that's because when it comes time to actually use the strength that you have to excel, you can actually do it. Because if you have 100 followers on your streaming platform, 100 monthly listeners, and you got a couple thousand followers on social media only, when you ask them something, when you do a push on something, you will get a higher percentage of conversion, which means the people that follow you and that you talk to about it taking that action. So out of those couple thousand followers you got on social media, if you get 30%, 40%, maybe even 50% to click a link for you whenever you ask them, when you get them to share, when you get them to listen to a song, whatever it is, when you're getting that kind of conversion, that's way better than having tens of thousands of people on your social media, and when you ask them, you're getting maybe 1%. See what I'm saying? So that's the difference between functional strength and just looking good. And that's in the gym versus music marketing. I was thinking about that yesterday when I was in the gym. I'm like, holy shit. You know, that's literally what is going on out here in music marketing. There's a lot of people that are trying to look good, get their follower count up, get their stream count up, but it's not real. And when they ask those people for something, click here, share, go listen, buy, it doesn't work. And then they say that they're being shadow banned or the system's rigged, it's pay to play. No, you're just not exercising properly. You're sitting on the machine backwards, and you're just doing exercises to make your body look good, but you're not actually getting any real strength. So that's my big message. I always come here to talk to y'all about, whether it's on these little videos or on the full episodes of Music Making Sense podcast, is about building your functional strength as a musician, so that when you try to use that strength that you've built, no matter how much strength it is, when you try to use that strength that you've built to achieve a task, it actually has a success. So go out there and actually focus on building a real following. Get people who want to listen to your stuff because they resonate with who you are as an artist and who you are as an individual. And those people will be the ones who will fuck with you the hardest, and they will help you have that career as a musician that you're trying to have. I'll let you later.